Hey, it is I, the Miko, and today we're looking at Erman's new plugin by SubMission Audio called Flatline. Let's check it out. Okay, and this is what it looks like. What it is, it's a limiter clipper, whatever you want to call it. It makes quiet things go louder. And right now I have a very sloppy mix here, which is quickly recording guitars and everything like that. Mainly testing out the CVT plugin, Amped CVT. Check that one out as well. This is the mix that we're working on right now. So these are the guitars. Just the rectifier amplifier from the CVT Amped ML Sound Lab plugin. Then we have my ding wall for the bass. And GGG for the drums. Very good sounding instruments all in all. This is the mix. So where this plugin comes in is making this loud enough. So right now we're hitting minus 17 LUFS. YouTube standard seems to be minus 14 LUFS, but I usually tend to go a little bit further than that because I do love the sound of a mastering clipper, and all the records that I've always listened to have been around minus 10 LUFS, minus 12, minus 9, somewhere around there. So I do love the sound of a clipper limiter kind of doing something, especially to the kick and snare transients of this track. So what we want to do is try and listen for what it's actually doing, especially for the kick and snare, because those will be the most loudest things hitting this limiter. And what we want to do is preserve that attack and snap of the drummer. So what we'll actually do is just listen to the drums, go overboard with the limiter, and fine-tune the shape control of Flatline. So as you can probably tell at this point, when you have the shape way too low, you kind of get this muffled kick and snare sound. This is not something that you want. What you want to get is that punch and attack and energy out of the drums. So this is what you want to do more so. So what I did there was go almost all the way up. I think if you go too far with the shape control, it's still quite good sounding, but you can get kind of these almost too spiky attack transients out sometimes. So it's safer to kind of lower it a little bit and get more fullness to the actual impact. 93 is where I left it this time. I feel like that was optimal, but we're going way too hard with this limiter right now. So let's pull it down a little bit and see what it sounds like in the mix context. And that's where I would actually leave this. It's affecting both the kick and snare quite heavily, and it's giving that pop to the mix, and it's already LUFS minus 11 or even louder than that, meaning if you put this to YouTube, they will actually lower your volume. So this is already louder than YouTube wants it, so it's pretty awesome. But yeah, if you were doing something like a CD master or something like that, then you'd probably have it louder just like I have it here. Let's have a listen to how much loudness we're actually getting with the Flatline right now. So let's compare with bypassing the Flatline and then having it on. What I actually want to do now is lower the volume of the signal coming out of Flatline and compare that to what I had before using the clipper. So this way we can hear them at the same volume and just listen for the difference in the mix after the Flatline. So let's have a listen. So what I think I'm hearing is kind of this fluidity, is that a word? A smoothness to the Flatline that I actually much prefer over not using a limiter. I mean, without the limiter it was kind of very harsh and pokey all the way, which is probably more natural. But the thing is that we've been listening to these tracks throughout all our lives that have been limited, and I think at least I'm used to kind of having that kind of a smooth, transient feel to the master, and I definitely prefer it over having the natural transients poke through. Sounds bad, I know, but that's the way we just are used to hearing this stuff. So yeah, the Flatline ultimately I feel like bring up the guitars in volume, or more saturation in the guitars at least, compared to the kick and snare, and then the kick and snare actually pump the guitars a little bit when they hit and punch, and it just feels like it's pumping in a very, very nice way. And you can use the shape control kind of affect what kind of pumping you're getting, but it's a good thing. And this is an awesome plugin. I will be using this from now on forward. Please go check it out. I'll leave all the links below so you can check out SubMission Audio and Flatline. Ermin did an awesome job, and the guys behind it, I know there are always people behind who we don't mention. So good job guys, and everyone go check out Flatline. Bye.